Choose your fighter. Ready, go!
Hey, Chad.
Huh?
What is every color of the rainbow and dead all over?
Lucky Charms after I get smacked and smash those motherfuckers.
You are correct, sir. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
$10. All right. Oh, and also, BuzzFeed, they kind of died too somewhere along the way. Again, I wasn't surprised overall because, you can only live... You can only live on that edge for so long before eventually people either get tired of you, you're caught in too many lies, or you basically expend all your fuel and you're left floating in the ether.
I just don't understand how it went from like 2012 era BuzzFeed where it was like shit for 20-year-olds that were already cat ladies.
Yeah.
Into fucking what it became, which was a huge...
It's like,
huge...
Should we make manspreading illegal?
It was just so weird because it used to be like, 10 signs that you grew up eating SpaghettiOs. And then it was like, why you should hate everything but like your own reflection.
Yeah, basically. It's just like, is self-hate truly racist? Like, that's the other thing too. It's like, again, it's people who cite BuzzFeed as a news source, I can't help but just laugh at. Because I have seen so many people quote BuzzFeed as gospel, and I've just been like, you realize that they don't do any research, right?
It became the quintessential place to find clickbait.
Yes.
It was like the clickbait buffet. There was never really any substance to anything. It was all speculative. It was all like...
Oh, it was opinion. It was opinion pieces.
Was all... Which is
that's what they hid behind.
By the way, I don't know if anybody really understands this who hasn't studied it, but opinion pieces are not journalism. Journalism is not just putting out content. Content is not journalism. Journalism is
investigation,
fact-based, neutral stance. You have to be take
your politics out of the perspective.
You have to be a spectator.
Yes.
You are not delivering anything other than exactly what you're showing on screen or
your own
quotes.
Agenda.
You got to quote people. You have to quote sources, and you have got to stay away from leading things. No leading questions. You just have to capture the moment.
Yes.
Capture the essence
of
what happened. But people see CNN and they see Fox News and things like that, and it's like the moment that they stop showing you people who were there talking, showing you footage of an event taking place with natural noise, they're crossing the line into being journalistic swine, really. People who are just unethical.
Yeah.
Because you can't even talk over top of a soundbite with any kind of opinion without removing... That's not journalism. You're removing the fucking truth of the situation as soon as you create a narrative for it.
Well, as it's been stated before, there's several people who I respect greatly in the news sphere that are no longer involved in the news sphere because it honestly became something that they hated. Because when it came down to it, it's like, even if it's something that you completely disagree with, if the truth is there, and even though your agenda disagrees with it and everything, your journalistic integrity is supposed to will you through and basically be like, this is what happened. This is the truth. And I'm sorry to report this, but this is just this. And again, that's not what's happening anymore. Now it's all agenda-driven nonsense where it's just like, oh, one side's talking about this, like, everyone over on that side of the room hates you. Then this side's like, everyone over on that side of the room hates you.
One of the guys that's a prime example of, like, some of the worst of this is some Bill O'Reilly. Holy shit.
God.
He would ask people questions, and as soon as they open their mouth to answer it, he's barking at them.
Yeah, it's like, it's just like, So, and there were always multi-layered questions that would require multiple responses, and he would let them get out half of an answer to one of them, and he would just be like, so let me ask you one thing real quick. Do you hate America? That's basically what it would devolve into. And eventually, everyone was just like, man, Bill O'Reilly really grilled that guy. It's like, no, Bill didn't give the guy a chance to talk.
You're not supposed to grill. One of the prime, perfect examples of what journalism is supposed to be and how we have become so bastardized in a sense to like what it is, the facade of it is now. Watch the interview with Ben Shapiro when he was on BBC.
Oh, I remember that.
He was being interviewed by someone who, by and large, agreed with his stances on things.
Yes.
But because Ben Shapiro had no reference on the journalist that was interviewing him and no idea that he was being interviewed by someone who was a conservative, he thought that this person was attacking him, but really just wanted to see him answer tough questions that might be posed to him from other people, just wanting to know what his stance is on these controversial questions.
Yes. And if you truly believe in those things, you would stand behind them no matter what. And I think I remember the one, basically he abandoned the interview.
Oh yeah, he was like, this is blah, 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 which the guy interviewing him thought was hilarious because he, by and large, again, agreed with all of the points that Ben Shapiro agrees with. Yeah. He was just asking questions that people wanted to know the answer to.
Yeah. And again,
which is his job.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do as a journalist. You're supposed to eliminate your own agendas from the questions and instead, be straight down the middle with it.
But that's how it comes down to multiple things. Like one of the important pieces of that is because that's what keeps you from defamation also.
Yeah.
You're not defaming if you're allowing this person to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
You're not attacking them with questions. You're just allowing them to speak their piece, and the answer to those questions may be shit that's not good for them to say, or they may be offended by being asked these questions, but there's no agenda behind it. There's no narrative that's being forced other than the person's response, whatever that is.
Yes. And
let them speak.
Yes, let them get their piece out, and then you can truly see, and once they've laid bare what their thoughts and opinions are and everything, then we can truly fully judge them.
Right.
And until then, I mean, like, it's all smoke and mirrors with a lot of the bullshit.
Oh yeah.
But
especially now.
But you want to talk about smoke and mirrors? Let's talk about BuzzFeed.
One of the worst.
Yeah. Sunny V2 did a video, The Incredibly Satisfying Death of BuzzFeed.
Love this video, or this guy's videos.
Oh yeah, Sunny V2 is one of my favorites right now. Anyway, kick it.
BuzzFeed. 20 million subscribers, 20,000 views a video. The once thriving brand now displays a Google trend graph that looks like this, a YouTube viewership graph that looks like this, and a stock price graph that looks like this. The price fall of 55% from $10 a share to $4.50 a share over only the last month and a half, in conjunction with numerous rounds of layoffs and redundancies, hints at the rough seas that BuzzFeed happens to be sailing through at this very moment. However, with such a tarnished, downtrodden reputation, there's probably few who are surprised to hear of such news. And in this video, you're going to learn exactly how BuzzFeed destroyed their reputation as an accumulation of a long string of terribly poor decisions. The brand started in 2006, and by 2013, it had taken on this now established format of bizarre relatable lists in combination with completely garbage news articles.
Yes. Yeah. Again, their top 10 lists are what drew people in. Mm-hmm. And also, it's those top 10 lists that inflated their website views. Because every time you clicked on next, it reloaded the entire page and made it look like, oh, you clicked on another article on their thing. But instead, you were reading the same article, the same top 10, but instead of it being, again, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
There were classics such as Why It's Time to Ban Straight People and Aladdin's Dad is the Biggest DILF of All Time.
Wow. Wow, okay. It's time to ban straight people. put a pin in that and let's just. Aladdin's dad is the hottest DILF of all time. Wow. Yeah, you tell him, Asher.
I think people are here.
Maybe so. Oh.
Yeah, Dylan's here.
Uh-oh. Okay, I guess go let him in.
Yeah, maybe he will join us on this one.
Well, this is different. Well, kind of. He's been in reactions with us before. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dylan.
AKA Postcards.
AKA, well, yeah, and AKA the realest dude in the room. So, yeah, we were just watching this video about the fall of Buzzfeed. And are you aware of Buzzfeed?
Aware of it, yeah.
Okay, that's really all you need for this. You don't have to be like, oh, I read Buzzfeed every day. You know, I love their top 10 lists about how white people are evil. Which
Could macaroni and cheese be the cause of your yeast infection?
Is that a real one?
I don't
mean,
know.
see?
It wouldn't
Maybe.
surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly. It's just like, is eating Asian food secretly racist?
Are they like some
that
kind of
would
like
be-
National Enquirer or something? Is that like their
It
National
could
Inquisitor?
have
Is that
been.
what it is?
It was like the clickbait king of the mid 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I know.
2010s, and they eventually died off because all their shows either, you know, got so successful that they couldn't afford to keep them, or basically, you know, just didn't do well. But anyway, sorry. Let's keep her going. But here you see two winning articles right here. Why it's time to ban straight people.
Ugh.
I know, am I right? And Aladdin's dad is the hottest DILF of all time.
Yeah.
All time. While these were clearly nonsense articles made with the goal of being so stupid that you couldn't help but click, this is
Sunny
what
V2?
BuzzFeed was good
Yeah.
at. Making
Yes.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
his stuff.
Yeah, Sunny V2 is one of my favorites.
Sorry, recognize the voice.
No, that's great.
It's good.
extremely clickable articles which often led through to something that would be relatable to their youthful audience. 6 signs you're becoming your Asian parents. 17 struggles all suburban black kids know too well. These also show that BuzzFeed was big on the whole identity politics movement that was being popularized at the time. Many of their articles were very focused on men versus women, blacks, whites, Asians, gays, straights, etc, etc. Now whether or not it was ethical to segregate people further in exchange for extra clicks is an argument for another day. But in terms of getting people to relate to the content, it worked like magic. 15 videos that were so damn relatable for women in 2015. However, this controversial pandering to specific identities would also be the reason behind why the site experienced massive levels of criticism. Videos such as their classic "Women Try Manspreading for a Week" were criticized online to audiences of well over 10 million, on top of their already brutal 60% dislike ratios. Everything wrong with BuzzFeed, 4 million. BuzzFeed has hit a new low, 5.5 million. 36 stupid feminist questions answered, 25.
Have you guys seen that bottom one?
Yes,
no,
I have.
but I should.
You should, yeah. You
It's-
probably find it hilarious.
It is. It's.
I find all propaganda hilarious, dude. This shit is just so blatant that it's like fucking. How can you not tell that this is obvious bias?
Oh,
This is not
Well, no,
journalism,
the
dude.
bottom one is like vehemently making fun of them.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But BuzzFeed Yellow, which they had a bunch of different, like BuzzFeed Red, BuzzFeed Blue, BuzzFeed Yellow, BuzzFeed Green, and basically
So
they-
like Pokemon games.
kind of, except
Cool.
not fun.
That's cool.
5 million views.
This is terrible.
Oh, hey,
You're
Pyro.
trying to relate opening your legs to sexism and now racism.
BuzzFeed began to undermine their own reputation and public image with the politicization of their brand. If you look at BuzzFeed's Google search volume graph, there was nothing but growth between 2011 and mid-2015, beginning to decline in late 2015 and 2016, a time which conveniently coincided with the brand's severe political shift. On YouTube, it was a similar story. Nothing but growth from 2012 until August 2015, peaking at 377 million views in a month before halving in the year that followed. In the process, BuzzFeed did a pretty good job of completely and utterly destroying their news department's credibility. In August 2017, the University of Missouri surveyed 8,728 individuals, attempting to determine the most and
seen
least
this
trusted
list.
news sources in the USA. Respondents on average, quote, leaned towards the liberal side of the political spectrum, with the distribution looking a little like this, and BuzzFeed still scored as the second least trusted news site in the USA.
Worse than Donald Trump, InfoWars. Wow.
So they were supposedly like a legitimate news source?
No,
No.
Or
but
they
they
were just-
pretended
they
like
just-
they were.
They
Okay.
acted like
They
were.
masqueraded as a
They
journalistic
used-
endeavor,
Instead of investigation pieces, they did opinion pieces.
which is just content. It is not journalism. That's not journalism.
I mean,
as soon as you present
It's
bias,
tabloid.
yeah.
It's tabloid,
Yeah.
basically. That's all it is. Which tabloid and journalism, I guess that goes hand in hand nowadays. Because
Well,
that's what it's turned into.
in popular opinion, it does, but not to the definition of the terms. It's not.
No, I agree. But yeah,
Social media itself.
yes, you are worse than social
How
media
is that
itself.
this big ass fucking its own thing?
The
But
fact
still,
that also worse than Trump, worse than Infowars,
Breitbart.
worse
even.
than Breitbart. Damn. Dear God in heaven.
That's so funny.
Even lower than Alex Jones's conspiracy theory show, which Google quite literally labels as a fake news website. The damage that BuzzFeed had done to their reputation was best summarized by a forum post in a thread discussing why people had turned against BuzzFeed.
Oh my
Once upon a
God.
time, it helped raise awareness and educate us about several marginalized groups, also adding to its charm. It was a warm, inclusive, homey online community where everybody was welcome and equal, until one day it wasn't. Slowly, it degenerated into extreme left hogwash, more ridiculous than Quibbler. It became infested with extremists and radicals. Instead of focusing on important issues, it focused on non-issues like manspreading. Instead of focusing on the spirit of equality, it became obsessed with the rhetoric of victimhood. Nowadays, BuzzFeed has become shit-feed, mostly. Mostly is a very important word to focus on here, and it'd be stupid to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Ryan Bergara and Shane Madej, who are
Yes.
certainly contenders for the two biggest legends in YouTube history, were absolutely killing it with what many considered to be the greatest series ever uploaded to the platform, BuzzFeed Unsolved, eventually releasing over 70 episodes that cracked the 10 million view mark. The difference in quality between BuzzFeed Unsolved and the BuzzFeed main channel has often been highlighted in comments such as, whenever I hear BuzzFeed, it's either followed by is complete garbage or Unsolved is the best series on the internet. So I can also say for certain that they have a wide range of content, both in subject and quality. Others such as the Try Guys had a similarly positive impact on BuzzFeed's brand, often gaining over 20 million views on their episodes. However, it seemed as though every single one of these positive influences eventually wound up following a similar path.
Also, the funny thing about the Try Guys is all of them took testosterone level tests. Every single one of them had like way below average testosterone, and not only that, all four of them together did not equate up to an average man. That's I don't know what
But now
else.
you have to define average.
Microplastics.
Maybe that's what it is. I mean, honestly, look at some of these thumbnails. Yeah. Tell me these dudes aren't on microplastics. Especially that dude.
Dude, the guy on the far right looks like he's on some
He's
good.
he's on shrooms. The rest of them are on microplastics.
Yeah, he's like, hey, how'd I get here?
Like, what's going on?
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Up following a similar path.
Nowadays, all you gotta do is join BuzzFeed, be in a handful of vids, then leave, and boom, instant traffic to your new already owned channel.
They'd
Yeah.
achieve massive success through BuzzFeed using their own personalities, wait for their BuzzFeed contract to end, then leave and start their own channel doing the exact
Yeah.
same thing, only with more creative freedom and financial incentive.
Quite frankly, they didn't want to pay us enough.
The previously shown clip was taken from a video titled Why We Left BuzzFeed from 4 different perspectives, which was one of the countless Why I Left BuzzFeed videos
That could be a channel all itself. Why I left BuzzFeed. Why I left BuzzFeed. Why I left BuzzFeed.
Seems like leverage.
Yeah.
But also, who gives a fuck at the
I mean,
same
they learned how to
time?
play the game, I guess.
Yeah,
played
you should- that's
BuzzFeed.
that's how the game works.
Yeah.
cemented
You
this
just
common
do your-
phenomenon
why would you
of
not?
gaining skills then leaving to pursue your own project. People literally made comments on these videos saying why I Left BuzzFeed could have its own channel.
Is that one of
Significance
your
this was
channels?
That it showed BuzzFeed.
Huh?
Is that one of your channels, that Strawberry 411 or whatever that was? That
yeah.
commented that.
God dang it.
Busted.
Been found out.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed wasn't very good at keeping their top talent. Perhaps not the fault of BuzzFeed themselves, but rather that it was simply too easy for their top people to leave and continue the same shtick under their own name, taking their audience along with them. The Try Guys often received comments such as that they didn't need BuzzFeed, they're the reason people watched BuzzFeed. While an interviewee on an article discussing BuzzFeed's changes stated, "After my favorite creators and video stars left, I no longer found their videos funny or even entertaining. I haven't watched a single BuzzFeed video since the Try Guys departed." BuzzFeed Unsolved received similar comments such as Ryan and Shane Shane literally carried this channel. Without them, BuzzFeed is irrelevant. Let's be honest here. The new people that are taking over have big shoes to fill, which was commented after Ryan and Shane also announced that they will be leaving to create their own channel called Watcher. However, at least the BuzzFeed Unsolved boys and the Try Guys had the ability to resign with a bit of dignity, a luxury unavailable to the hundreds laid off by BuzzFeed over the last 4 years. Articles such as this one cited the layoff of 100 employees in November 2017 after BuzzFeed fell short of their revenue goals by 20%. It was the same story in January 2019. Another 200 staff representing 15% of the entire company were laid off, the reason for which being that BuzzFeed was unable to diversify its revenue, a fancy sentence meaning they didn't make enough money. The company would come under fire for this round of layoffs in an article posted by Nextshark titled "BuzzFeed is being accused of laying off mostly people of color and LGBT employees," which highlighted numerous Twitter responses.
Well, and here's the other thing too. Very careful wording on this title. BuzzFeed is being accused of laying off.
Yeah, it's like saying allegations.
Yeah. That again, not proven, but yet I guarantee you, Jin Hyun is going to basically show only, LGBTQ or people of color who have been fired from this company and say, oh, these are the only people who and act like they're the only ones who've been fired, but instead it's across the board. And
Maybe so.
Again, it's just I hate the fact that this is.
I'm not reading the article, so I don't know.
Well, again, I'm not reading the article either because I want to save brain cells.
Which highlighted numerous Twitter responses from BuzzFeed.
The quicker
fans,
BuzzFeed dies, the happier I'll be.
Whether you support BuzzFeed or not, the facts are that hundreds of people who made/worked on content speaking to marginalized and unrepresented groups are being laid off, and that is a problem. Now, the more likely, simple reality is that these people were probably just working in an area that had become unprofitable. BuzzFeed isn't going to discriminate based on skin color or sexual orientation. However, BuzzFeed is going to discriminate based on what is bringing in profit. The additional reason for most of the layoffs being people of color or members of the LGBT community is also related to their hiring process. On the 18th of February 2016, one of BuzzFeed's writers announced that they were looking to hire some new talent in a tweet stating,
"Uh-oh. Do I hear?
Yep.
Yes, I do.
The March of the Men.
Them boys.
And that
and
boy.
Asher. Hey, Ashy. Oh, here, move your glasses real quick. Ashy, bring your ass.
Them boys.
Ashy boy. Ashy.
I brought you something.
Yeah, let the dog through. Who let the dogs out? Yeah. Hey, Ashy boy.
It was on my bass strap. I've had the thing for
There
like
he
4
is.
years. That's why it's rusty.
Hey,
Right here, bud. Get
on up here.
There
Oh,
he
gosh.
is. Hey.
gosh,
Oh, my
video.
goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Gracious.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Look at it.
It's a
Oh, goodness.
Here. Hey, Asher, stay. Oh, Asher, no.
You can say that.
Oh, no.
So there's too many men here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the man.
He's trapped. I'm trapped. Trapped like a rat. Yeah, don't mind us. We're just watching.
They're making me watch
We're
bullshit.
watching the satisfying death of BuzzFeed.
You said you liked it.
I'm joking. I do like
Yeah, I was
some
gonna
of
say,
you
if you want to hop up here on this seat, Nick. I was gonna say, grab that microphone. I think it works.
It's almost through. Just a couple more minutes.
Holy cow, you love me. I love you
Yeah, he loves everybody.
Except
Look
for
at
me.
that boy. Oh God.
He also
Ashy,
likes.
Ashy, come here. Oh God.
He's gonna get you. He also likes bagels.
Oh, baby.
I learned earlier.
Okay, but yeah, I was gonna say that microphone.
What are you doing?
This one right here.
Yeah, I think
What are you
it
doing?
works. So if you want to speak into it,
What are you doing?
yes.
What about them boys? I said, "There's boys. There's boys."
Them
Are you
boys.
trying to wrestle?
I think
I'll
he
get
is.
you,
Look at
punk. You don't even know. You gonna put him to the
Speaking for me again, Dick?
in the
Yes.
sleeper, boy.
Okay,
Kid,
you're
you
good.
hear me?
Put him in the
Yeah,
sleeper.
you're good.
Perfect.
All
Put
right.
him in the sleeper.
The official commentator.
Yes.
What official comment?
"Do you like to write long
Uh-oh,
form for BuzzFeed
people.
Canada? Well, you can."
Oh yeah, this is. I saw this. This was this was posted on Twitter, and everyone on Twitter roasted the hell out of it.
Oh no.
We want pictures for your Canada-centric essays and reporting. The tweets continued. BuzzFeed Canada would particularly like to hear from you if you are not white and not male. If you're a white man upset that we are looking for mostly non-white non-men, I don't care about you. Go right for McLean's. White men are still permitted to pitch. I will read it, I will consider it. I'm just less interested because, men. White men get huffy when you don't actively encourage white men to do stuff because white men think they're owed everything. Giving ignored voices preferential treatment is not racist against white people, it is an attempt to fix all of history. Haha, anyway, ban men, literally throw them in the garbage. I'm actually getting pictures from white men that start with, sorry I'm a white man. That doesn't actually help your case. This isn't about you. If BuzzFeed
I can't freaking believe that.
BuzzFeed were only interested in employing minorities. Statistically speaking, when it came to layoffs, a large portion of the laid off staff were inevitably going to be minorities. In addition to the 200 layoffs in early 2019, the lack of performance from BuzzFeed News, the only division in all of BuzzFeed that wasn't profitable, resulted in the shutdown of both their UK and Australian news team, summed up hilariously by YouTuber friendly Geordies.
Nobody watches their news. The only shares that they have are from people within the office sharing it. We've built a strong brand, loyal audience. Strong brand and loyal audience. You have not a loyal audience or a strong brand. Nobody in the world likes you.
With less money to work with, an inability to keep their top talent, and fewer staff to execute on ideas following layoffs, a dip in YouTube viewership was almost inevitable. However, their fall from a peak of 377 million views a month in mid-2015 to 40 million views a month by late 2020 wasn't only a result of fewer company resources. The content being produced had become incredibly stale. In 2014, their clickbait titles and various different video series were effective in garnering a new audience. The content was fresh and interesting. Their cheap versus expensive food series was gaining views. Their exes doing things together series was gaining views. Their people trying whatever for the first time series was getting views, each of which being an incredibly entertaining series that viewers would return for. These days, however, the only series that gains big views and ensures a returning audience is their How I Became a Meme series, with every single other video type averaging around 50,000 views. Former BuzzFeed member Ken Moffat discussed how when he worked at BuzzFeed, they were always more concerned about quantity over quality.
I started to realize that to BuzzFeed, in a lot of cases, quantity trumps quality. They would rather have more videos than fewer good videos.
This might have worked excellently in the early days of YouTube when there was barely any competition and viewers would literally click on anything, but these days people notice that it's made by BuzzFeed and just assume that it's another piece of mass-produced content farm crap, which it usually is. However, it's not like the company is worthless. On the 24th of June 2021, BuzzFeed announced that they will be going public with a target valuation of $1.5 billion. BuzzFeed would raise $287.5 million from investors after announcing that it will be merging with another company called Complex Networks. However, by the 2nd of December 2021, just 4 days before the company was set to go public, it was revealed that 94% of this $287 million had been withdrawn from investors, leaving BuzzFeed with just 16.
Oh, it's like, see, we're going live with over $287 million. We're profitable. They go live with $16.2 million.
That's what I mean. Hateful rhetoric, dude.
Oh,
0.2
that's what it gets you.
This, in combination with a clear decline in site traffic, Google search volume, video views, numerous layoffs failing to meet profit goals year after year, led to somewhat of a disastrous first month as a public company. On the very first day, the share price was $10, but by the end of the first week, it had dropped to $5.80, down 42%, and after approximately a month and a half, the price has since dropped further to $4.50, a total decline of 55%, with one financial article stating that even after the plunge in price, I feel that BuzzFeed stock is not a bargain. The same article also critiqued BuzzFeed for their poor business operation as a whole, in a statement which perfectly concludes the company's slow, painful death. In my view, it's clear their business model is a failure. Perhaps too many of their writers view their employment to be a non-profit entity that exists solely to achieve social changes and not to make money for capitalist shareholders.
I mean, that's pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
So let's get this straight. So in 4 days from December 2 to December 6,
Yes.
that 270 million got
At 287.
That 287 got withdrawn.
94% of it, yeah.
Yeah.
To 16, yeah.
That shows you how little investors actually had faith in BuzzFeed once they realized,
Dude,
oh God, we're going to lose so much money.
It turned into a literally turn every minority group and every sexuality against each other. That's all BuzzFeed was like, here's why you should hate whatever category of people they wanted to pit against each other.
Here's why you should hate men. Here's why you should hate musicians. Here's why you should hate like pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
You know
It's like,
what probably
well,
would
I
have
checked
got
off all
him?
the lists with you there, Chad.
I don't know.
Here's why you should hate YouTubers. There you
Yeah.
go.
They
Now
should
the
they should have
second-
made this is why you should hate BuzzFeed. They probably would have got a lot of views on
They
that.
probably well, given the trend. Hell.
Yeah, turn against themselves.
Yeah.
They probably would have.
Stick with the trend. That'd have probably been their last hurrah before eventual death.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway. Yeah.
Can I drink this right here?
I mean,
Can you?
Bud Light Platinum
Yeah.
seltzer that's just sitting there.
I mean,
Did you
mine.
bring that? Oh, I was going to say.
okay, yeah, go ahead and drink it, dude. I mean, here's the thing. As long as you are of legal age and you're not doing anything illegal,
Fairly legal.
yeah. So anyway, I
Trying
don't
to
know
get
what
him a
else to say.
sponsorship.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just
Karma coming for you, BuzzFeed.
we could be sponsored. Your move.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks again,
That
everybody.
was shameless.
We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.